everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today I'm going to be making a dessert to go to, I've been making 2 desserts. That's why you're seeing my cookbook out here. If you need a cookbook, Farm Cooking with Nan, this is called Family Favorite Recipes. Just had it out there because I've got a German chocolate upside down cake in the oven that should be coming out in about 15 minutes. I'm making up a couple desserts to take to our church for Pastor Appreciation Sunday. So I've got 1 cup of toasted, chopped up pecans in here. And there's 1 stick of butter, 1.5 sticks of butter, and I'm going to toss that into my microwave and I'm going to melt this butter, okay? We'll be right back. I'm gonna melt the butter. Okay, took some butter and greased up my dish a little bit. That's about a 9 by 13. I took and melted that 1.5 sticks of butter, and I added 1.5 cups of self-rising flour to it. Now, I'm gonna put this into the bottom of my dish and I'm gonna press it. I need to watch my cake, young'uns. I don't want to go through all this and do all this work and then burn my cake. Wouldn't that be something? Okay. Let me grab my little cloth here. I've been washing dishes, like I said. You know, y'all catching me on a day when I am definitely doing 2 things at once. Now, put this in my warm soapy water. Let it soak. You know, young'uns, I don't know why I wash dishes so much. I've got a dishwasher right under me there. I've got a KitchenAid dishwasher that washes dishes wonderfully. But I don't know, I've always felt like washing dishes, I don't know. Now, I'll tell you another way you can do this. Let me grab a piece of plastic and I'll show you, okay? I'm just going to get just a piece of plastic. Yep, I will there in a minute. This is going to be a chocolate peanut butter delight. Is what it's going to be, okay? I'm just going to press this right into where it needs to go. This is the hardest part. We're going to put this in the oven to bake for about 20 or 25 minutes till it's golden brown. If you had like a Ziploc baggie or something, that works too, or a pair of gloves. I think that is plenty good enough. Now I've got to wait on my cake to come out before, well, I really don't. I've got 2 ovens, but I hate to heat up the big oven for me to get that done, but we'll be back in just a few minutes. While we've got that crust in the oven for about 20-25 minutes or until it's lightly toasted a little bit, we're going to go ahead and make up some of the other layers, okay? I'm going to put, let's see, 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, and I've got a 1/2 cup of peanut butter in there. 8 ounces of cream cheese and a 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And I'm going to beat this just for a second. Mix it real good. I feel like I'm making fudge. It smells so good. Now I've got 2 cups of powdered sugar. We'll turn that on low. Try to get it incorporated a little bit. I like to turn my mixer off and swerve around through there because your sticky beaters pretty well pulls everything off the sides. Let me beat this for a while and we'll add the other ingredients and get on with it. I was going to show you. It's almost like a nice fudge. It's almost like a little fudge, you know. I'm like, oh Lord, that smells so good because that's one of my favorites. I'm glad this is not going to stay at my house. It's going to church because I've not been tempted by too many desserts, but this one might be the one. So I'm just going to leave it sitting out here. I'm not going to put it in the refrigerator because remember, your cream cheese will start to firm back up. It'll be harder to spread on the first layer of crust after it comes out, and it has to totally cool before we start with that layer. Okay? Okay, let's do another layer, okay? I'm probably going to use about 3.5 cups. Let me get it to where I can see the measurements. 3.5 cups of milk. I'm going to put in a little bit at a time and make sure. Might not use that much. It's just wait a minute. I'm going to put in 2 boxes, and I've got a large box. This is a 2.1 ounce box, and this is a, wait a minute. Since I'm not going to eat this, I'm not going to use the 0. Maybe I've got 2 regular ones. I could not find 2 regular that wasn't 0 sugar, so we're going to make it a little healthier. Now remember, you know, there's flour in this. I'm just saying we're just doing a few things here that was going to make it a little bit healthier. This is one of the big boxes. I'll tell you what it says. It is a 2.1 ounce. I'm using one of these, and I'm using one of the 1.4 ounces, the small boxes, but both of these are 0 sugar. Okay, so I'm going to open this one up. I was hoping I had some chocolate. I couldn't find any, okay? Okay. We're going to put about 3.5 cups of milk and mix this up real good. What a day. I've had a real day, young ones. I'm not... Hey, Ruby. She hears Papa. And so, therefore, she does this. So, I will try to hurry and get that camera turned off until he comes in, okay? So, we've got the 2 boxes in here. And we've got the 3.5 cups of just whole milk. I'm gonna mix this good, and I will set this back in the refrigerator. We're gonna remove the crust out of the oven and let it totally cool before I layer this up, okay? You know, I've heard people beat and beat and beat trying to get their stuff to get thick. All you have to do is make sure that all your pudding mix is mixed really good. And let me show you what I do to clean my beaters. I put it down in some clean, soapy water. Look how clean those beaters are. It's just unbelievable. I love it. That's what I do all the time. Now, don't submerge your mixer in there, and that is cordless. So I'm just going to set this in the refrigerator and let it set up. And when we're ready to layer it up, we'll be back. Our crust is out of the oven. Now we're going to let it totally cool. Our crust is completely cool now. Let's take our peanut butter mixture. Wait just a minute. Hey, no. We just talked about this. I just told them. That's going to be a no-no. If they hear Jackson or one of them go up and down the road, or if they hear Papa, they have got to know what's going on. Hey. Now, I wasn't planning on this one being a little bit more healthy because I was taking this to the church. 1, 2. When I start to count, they know. Deadline is up. Okay, I already threw it away. I used no added sugar peanut butter. I was going to tell you that, I mean, even though this is not going to be the perfect carb-free or whatever, no, this has carbs in it, but there is a way to make things a little healthier. And so for the people that even don't realize they need it a little healthier. So this is going to be definitely going to be have less sugar because I've used no sugar added peanut butter, and I used zero sugar in my pudding mixture, but there are some carbs in this. But it just makes it a little bit healthier. That's all I'm saying. Don't come on here and say, Nan, Lord, look what you're doing. You're diabetic. No use to do that. Youngins, this ain't for me. This is for, hang on, let me grab my towel. This is for the people at church, and that's what I'm going to tell y'all. Now, here is the pudding mixture. We're going to stir that up really good. Do you not think, for you chocolate and peanut butter lovers, and that was me before diabetes, but I'm going to tell you, can you imagine how good this is going to be? I hope everybody enjoys it. Now, I might be able to spread it out a little bit better with this spreader. I've got the different sizes, but Lord only knows where the other ones are at. I don't want it splattered up that's zero sugar. That's very good pudding. So we're making it a little bit less fattening and a little bit less sugar. For everybody else. I've got one more thing to fix. Just amino aches to the total bone in my fingers. Hang on a second. Mercy sakes. For them people that says When you get older, it's the golden years. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Maybe for some, but I believe that I believe it's the rusty years sometimes. Then there's times when it is golden. Don't get me wrong. There's good and bad to everything. We just have to. Now look how smooth that looks. Look how smooth. Let me rinse my finger off real quick in my hot soapy water. I've washed dishes all day long. I wash them, I put them up, I wash them, I put them up, I reuse them. It's been a day. Now I'm going to take this and put these over here to where they can be in the water for a minute or two. And as soon as this is over, I'm going to start washing on them too. Okay, the next thing is I have some zero. Let's see what I got here. I've got some zero. Let me get a little bowl and stir this up. I don't like the way it looks, but it's zero sugar Cool Whip. Okay, I mixed this up, stirred it up. It was almost like it had been frozen, but I didn't freeze it. It just came from the supermarket. But I know the texture of zero sugar Cool Whip is a little different. We all know that. I'm probably going to have to use both of these. Now listen, if you want to make you some, I'm trying to keep it a little bit lighter, but if you want to make you some heavy whipping cream, just take your about 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, about 2/3, half a cup of powdered sugar or 2/3, whatever, and about a teaspoon of vanilla, and you can definitely 100% beat that up real good and make you a nice thick whipped topping. But I didn't do that because, I mean, I could have done it in a minute, but I didn't do it because I wanted to keep it a little bit lighter. You know, I might even have a bite of this. You just never know. See how thick that is in the center? It's just really, this is not my favorite, the zero sugar, but it works. If you're trying to keep it a little bit lighter, it works. But just regular Cool Whip, or go ahead and make you some heavy whipping cream. Just and get it in your refrigerator real quick. I'm gonna have to get all this off the sides of my dish so it looks nice and even. You can see I've made a mess. Let me get it all cleaned up and straightened up, and we'll come back and do the final step. Let's get this finished up real quick. I've got some Lily's milk chocolate style baking chips. I'm going to put, maybe a couple tablespoons out there. I might use more than that. Then I'm just going to chop it up. in small pieces. I don't want the big pieces put on there. But this, if you've got, just want to use it, you don't have a problem with sugar, and you want to use maybe a candy bar, you can crumble up a candy bar and put that on there. You just want people to know, sort of, when they look at it, what they're eating, instead of getting out something and then saying, oh, I mean, I'm probably going to have to tell a few people there's peanut butter in that to make sure that pop don't get in on it, you know? Okay. Let's take some of this yummy chocolate and go all over this. Isn't that going to be delicious? And don't that make it look so much prettier? It helps that zero Cool Whip look a little bit better, don't it? What you think about that, youngins? You know, what do you think about it? I think it's going to be delicious. It always is. I'll clean up the rest of my dish really good. And look at those pretty layers. Oh, that's so heavy. It's so heavy. But it's a chocolate peanut butter. Lord have mercy. You'll see it on the recipe. I always post the recipe. Y'all know that. So I'm just gonna, I can't remember the name of it right now. But I'm gonna post the recipe for y'all, and I'll put a picture or two on there for you. So just be sure and share my videos. I sure do appreciate when y'all come over and watch and share my videos. That helps me, you know, for other people to find out that I'm here and everything. And I hope that y'all enjoy the recipes. I really do. I try my best to be able to do something that I think y'all are gonna like. So listen, I love yous. Oh mercy, God is so good. That's all I can say. God is so good. He's not good sometimes. He's good all the time. And no matter what, if we just ask him to guide us and to really to guide us and show us what we need to be doing during the day, or what we need to touch, or whatever it is, I guarantee you the Lord will. He will show us what we need to do. And sometimes when I get in a hurry and I'll say, okay, Lord, you know, I'll read my Bible in an hour, or I'll read my Bible and not get up and read it first thing in the morning, my day falls apart. It does. I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but it does. I'm telling the truth. That when we can, oh, devil don't want us to put God first. He don't want us to do what God wants us to do. He wants us to do what the devil wants us to do. Well, let's just give him a black eye, okay? Let's give him a black eye, and let's praise the Lord, and let's follow the Lord's footsteps wherever he tells us to go and whatever he tells us to do. That'll be a good black eye for the old devil this week, won't it? I love yous. I will see you next time. Got to get this in the refrigerator quick because that zero Cool Whip has to be kept cool. Okay? See you tomorrow. Love yous.